Hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a fabulous day. It's Friday, which means it's a fragrance day here on Random Lifestyle Vlog. So if you'd like to find out what I prepared for you today, keep watching. Okay guys, so here's a fun fact about me. I'm not sure if it's fun, but it's a fact, okay? I am all about orientals, florientals, gourmands, and woody scents. Florals and fresh fragrances are way out of my comfort zone. I just tend not to pick these fragrances at all. But this time, again, I decided to challenge myself just to, maybe expand my fragrance vocabulary a little bit. And who knows, maybe discover something quite interesting. And I decided to buy fragrances I would not normally choose, okay? So I have two floral scents, or what looks to be floral, okay, and two fresh fragrances. So let's have a look what I picked up. So the first fragrance was no-brainer for me. This fragrance is all over YouTube, all over Instagram, and all over Fragrantica. There are like so many reviews, good and bad. There are people who love it and swear by it, and there are just as many people who hate it, like literally hate it. So where do you think I am on this scale? So I actually like it. I'm like somewhere in between. I like it. I'm not in the love position yet, but this fragrance is slowly growing on me. This is not an easy fragrance, not an easy floral at all. Let's open this and have a look at the bottle. The bottle is actually something I really like. I kind of like this almost post-arty kind of vibe to it. It's not like the most beautiful bottle I've ever seen, but I think it's actually quite well made. So as I said, not an easy fragrance at all. This is, it's a rose heavy scent, okay? So you have to like rose to some extent to be able to appreciate the scent. To me, the opening of this fragrance smells like a peppery rose. There's no pepper in it, don't worry. It kind of gives me this peppery vibe, which is probably mint and cannabis. So the notes in this fragrance are mint in top notes, then there's rose, carnation, and cannabis in middle notes, and then vetiver and amber in base notes. So quite a simple composition, right? It is interesting. It is a green, rosy, a little bit peppery scent. Not for everybody, that's for sure. This is definitely more of an acquired taste. The more you wear it, the more you will probably like it or not. There are so many people who actually don't like it at all, so I'm not saying that this will happen for you. To me, my first impression was I'm not sure. The more I use it, the more I like it. Not love for sure, not yet. We'll see, maybe I'll get there at some point, but to me at this moment, this is like a very unique rosy scent. Yeah. So I think it was a good purchase. I don't have anything like that in my collection. Not my signature scent for sure, not even aspiring to be, but something a little bit different. So you know what? I'm going to use this for a while now, for like a couple next months or so, and then I'll update you with what my attitude towards this fragrance is. So the next fragrance is something I thought is going to be a pure floral. This is Flora Mortis by All Saints. So there's one thing you need to know here. I didn't even check the notes this time. Usually when I do blind buys, I check the notes just to figure out if it's something I'm going to like or not. But since this fragrance haul was not my cup of tea anyway, I didn't really want to be like I didn't really want my decisions to be influenced by the notes or what I'm imagining in my head about those fragrances. So I didn't check the notes. And this is a Flora Mortis by All Saints, which turns out not to be as floral as I kind of expected. So this is how the bottle looks. Simple. 100 ml bottle. This luckily is quite inexpensive, so if you love All Saints fragrances, which I think are quite good, I've tried two so far, and the thing I like the most about them are the names. So this is Flora Mortis. I tried the Sunset Riot before, and I think the names are just lovely. So the notes first, guys. The notes are amberwood, orchid, coumarin, and black pepper. So as you can see, the floral component of this fragrance is pretty much only orchid, but that makes me quite happy because I mean, it's a little bit of, I mean, it's not cheating because I didn't really know that in the first place. I kind of assumed this is going to be nice floral, which it's not. But I'm quite happy because definitely that's a fragrance I'm going to use quite a lot. This is like a very ambery, dark floral scent. Floral, a little bit floral scent, okay? This fragrance won't have a massive sillage. This is something that will stay rather close to your skin. I would say this could be a good office fragrance. It's not like super close to your skin. It's not the type of scent that you have to be really close to that person, like, you know, pretty much hug them to be able to sniff it, to smell it. But it's definitely not like a massive sillage. The lasting power is alright. I actually like it. It's very sensual, I would say. Sensual is my favorite word when I describe fragrances that I don't really find too sexy, but there is something sexy about them. So yeah, sensual is the word for it. Really, really pretty scent. I strongly recommend you to try it, but if you are a floral fan, then this is not a floral scent per se. Okay, so let's move on to the fresh fragrances that I picked up. So the first one is L'Imperatrice, and this is Dolce and Gabbana. And this fragrance, guys, to me, when I first sniffed it, it was straight away pure grapefruit. Like pure grapefruit, and I have to tell you something, I hate grapefruit. To me, this is like a very dominating note, and as much as you know, there are notes like, for example, bergamot, which I'm not a fan of, but bergamot actually blends so well with like other notes that sometimes it's just very much needed in a fragrance, whereas grapefruit is something that is so distinctive usually that most of the times I can't really stand it. So yeah, grapefruit all the way. And then I checked the notes, and guess what? There's no grapefruit in it. The main notes here are kiwi, rhubarb, pink pepper, watermelon, cyclamen, and jasmine in middle notes, and then a base note lemon tree, musk, and sandalwood. So what I took for grapefruit was rhubarb and pink pepper. Do you know what? This is actually quite interesting because since my brain hates grapefruit so much, it just kind of blocked the scent on me. All I could smell was that grapefruit, nothing else. When I realized this is not grapefruit but rhubarb and pepper, that kind of create a kind of like a grapefruity composition to me, then my brain finally unlocked, and I was finally able to smell like different notes in this scent. I don't really get much watermelon, although it is there for sure. I do get quite a lot of kiwi here. So this is like a very fresh, fruity scent, perfect for summer. Not something I will be wearing all the time. I'm not even sure if I'll be wearing this. It just doesn't really seem to match my personality at all. I think this is very refreshing. It's very like almost watery, not too sweet, not too like syrupy, nothing like that. It's very, very refreshing. So many people seem to love it, and I kind of get why, but still I don't think it convinces me to like fresh fruity fragrances. It doesn't really. But you know what? This is something I'm going to play with for a bit. I'm going to try and mix it with other fragrances. Layering saved so many fragrances for me. Honestly, guys, I'm probably going to do another video about like how I saved some of my fragrances by layering. And so far there are only 2 fragrances I had to get rid of because I could not do anything with them. But you know, all the other fragrances I can actually pretty much salvage by layering. So I'm going to play with this one. I'm going to try and layer this, and we'll see what I'll just come up with. So the last fragrance in today's haul is Hermes, and this is Eau de Merveilles Bleue. I think this is pretty much how you should read it. Forgive me my French because I just don't speak French, you know. So even if I try, even if I check the pronunciation, I'm going to be like far from being perfect because I just don't speak French, right? So first of all, I love the bottle. I just love these bottles in general. This one is really pretty too. This is supposed to be like a fresh marine fragrance with some woody undernotes. And full disclosure here, guys, I hate aquatic marine notes. It kind of always reminds me of like a toilet refresher or like toilet cleaning products for some reason. There's just something weird about it, or it has like this cucumber kind of vibe to it, which is again something I don't really like. I was quite apprehensive when buying this one. I was not sure if this is going to be something I like, and these fragrances are not like super cheap, so I wasn't really sure. But you know what, I actually like it. I actually like it a lot. But the word of advice here, if you are a fan of aquatic fragrances, this is probably not going to be for you. This is like a very woody, spicy and salty aquatic fragrance. This reminds me of when you are on one of those like really dry climate islands, like for example, I don't know, some Canary Islands, and it's like a very like windy day. You can almost taste saltiness in the air. So this is how it smells. It doesn't really smell like that refreshing breeze on like a warm sunny day. It's more of that like dry, hot climate on a windy day, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's check the notes first. Okay, so the notes here are, there are only 3 listed here, and this is sea notes, woody notes, and patchouli. So why I like this fragrance? Because of those woody notes, because it's not as marine and aquatic as, you know, you would probably expect it to. And to me, this fragrance actually smells expensive. It smells expensive, but it can come out quite masculine on some people. So I will be careful with that. I'm not sure if this is like a safe blind buy. I would probably say that test it first and then buy it. Out of those 4 fragrances I actually purchased recently, I would say Flora, Mortis and the Dolce & Gabbana are the safest blind buys, even though I actually don't really like the Dolce & Gabbana too much anyway, but I think if you kind of like that type of scent, this is a safe blind buy. The other 2, not so much. This one is probably the riskiest one, although, you know, Florabotanica is quite risky too. So I would say it's 2 against 2. 2 easy, simple, quite safe choices, and then 2 fragrances that would probably require some testing before buying. I like this one. I'm definitely going to rock this all summer. It smells so interesting to me. I love it. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about the fragrances I chose. Have you tried any of these? What your thoughts about these fragrances are? Do you like them or not? I'm particularly curious about the Florabotanica because this one is very controversial, and also about this little guy here because many people actually complain that this is too masculine or too, I don't know, woodsy or whatever. I like it, but I would love to hear your thoughts about this particular fragrance and the other ones I picked up. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more fragrance content, you can start with the videos on my left. So I'm going to see you soon in my next video. Take care, bye!